Good morning, people. Good morning. Yes, I'm uploading this video for my Black Com Warning channel. Still in the doghouse with my other channels, so I can only upload to this one right now. Yes, today is Wednesday, November 30th, 2022, and you're looking at the Manhattan skyline. Oh, what do I want to talk about today? I hope I can remember. Um, the latest news that I've been hearing on the internet, this story is just things are just getting more and more bizarre. Um, I have to be careful. It's a little sensitive, this topic, and this video is not intended for children to listen to. So if you have children in the room, this subject matter is very delicate. Okay, so they shouldn't be listening to this video. Oh, yeah. We have to be very careful what we say. We have to protect our children. We have to protect ourselves. We have to protect our families. And it seems like it's becoming more and more difficult to really protect your own. And the people that we thought was going to protect us aren't. I want to talk about Ye and his former wife, Kim. Weird stuff. I listened to this other YouTuber and they shared the news. This, that couple, well, former couple, they were, they're into fashion, right? And I remember that they were showing, like, people were showing what they were wearing. They were in like this all black outfit, but like a mask. It's like a net over the whole body, black, very very kind of spooky. And you wonder, that I remember then, that YouTuber was questioning, what does this mean? Now they have children together. I didn't know they had that many children, but they have children, have several children. I think four. And well, it turns out I don't know how it got out that people getting just bold. Um, this company, Balenciaga, um, they have people who who put up advertisements, and they had this ad, very questionable. And for the ad to have the Kim and I think Yang wore their clothes. Not just because you wear somebody's clothes, somebody say, hey, you're so famous, oh, I got this clothing line, oh, look gorgeous on you, and you say, hey, yeah, okay, yeah, I don't mind wearing it, and you pay me to do so. No one, sometimes you don't really know the ins and out of a company. Just like people who you date, you don't really know everything about them. Sometimes people show you what they want you to know about them, and they test you. But either way, questionable ads that this Balenciaga um, put up, and it was children, little tater tots, like about 4 years old, wearing, they had this this teddy bear, but I think it had black eye. Oh God, and the teddy bears were in bondage gear or something, and it looked weird. You know, people protect your children. And if you have little children and you bring and put them in the modeling industry, a lot of families don't have money, and you got cute kids, you know, and you think, oh, it'll be innocent, the children. You make sure you're there when with a photo shoot. Something doesn't sit right with you, you say, uh, I'm leaving with my kid. But anyways, it was very questionable, the theme, and the news broke out about this company, and it's the company that Kim and Ye were promoting, by wearing their stuff and publicizing their stuff. And in the ad, they were standing on a table, the kids, and it had paraphernalia on the desk, and in particular in the center of this table the kids were standing on. Very weird, but just weird how they're standing. A book about pedophilia and other weird practices and stuff. Why would an ad like that? It's totally inappropriate, the theme, and that book. The book was closed, but why would you have this book in the center of? What are you communicating? And the news broke out about this ad. And the head of the company, Balenciaga, the fashion company, is playing dumb about it. Now, what I want to talk about in this, I worked in many, many industries, and one of them was advertising. I used to work for, briefly I worked for a total of two advertisers, American advertising company. One, an extremely large, one of the largest, and then the other was modest size. When you're putting an ad on something, it is well organized, planned out, because you have the client. Client say, I want this, promote this. And you have what you call the art director. And they direct everything. They have a thing. I'm sure they have to let the client know, right? You got to let them know, hey, I want to devise this theme, blah, blah, blah. You have to know what message you want to give. And a lot of money on ads are done. A lot of costs money. Planning. It's never a secret. You have the client. You got to please the client. Why would you present an ad and not tell the client what you're going to do? It has to be approved. And I also worked in television, also behind the scenes in television, a top company. I can't. Well, what I can say is it involved children. And even with that, you have a slew of people. They plan out these things, the things that you watch on TV. They even and they argue about everything. They argue about what color the clothes should be, or the type of font. I mean, they argue, and I'm wondering, boy, what is, yes, you can't do anything. Everything is planned. Everything. Everything, every minute thing, everything. Meetings after meetings. and then it's settled. So how could Balenciaga not know or playing stupid about this ad? Everything has to be approved. The theme, everything. And you have to show it. And with these advertising agencies, they have to also raise money. And they'll show the client, the bankers, excuse me, uh, all the, some of the commercials, whatever that they've done. And they, all this nice, because, when you're asking for money, you have to show, hey, why are you deserving of money, a loan. And you do a lot of schmoozing. And the people that advertise are very sensitive people, very sensitive. You can't make any hairline mistake because a lot of money is on the line because the agency has to make money so they can produce the commercials or ads. You have to pay the art director. And something else. I noticed something else in the business. I at one time I was interested in the art world, the art to become an artist. Yeah, I was trying to find myself. I'm still trying to find myself. Yeah, my birthday's coming up too. Next Monday on the 5th. Yeah, I'm a Sagittarian. But anyways, I explored art work. I for a period of 2 years. I think it was about 2 years. No, yeah, less than 2 years. Yeah, I took these classes. Yeah, I had landed a job in an ad company that a family and a family friend helped me get in, just at random. It was a client of theirs, and then the client had a friend there, and then who needed someone to work there in their department. That's how I got in. Yeah, I was coming back from overseas and needed a job, and you work at around. Yeah, a lot of these companies, you get in them by who you know. Many of the people there, uh, they would get their family members and a friend, mostly relatives. They get in the company, okay. And I noticed with both companies, I think it was both. No, no, wait, wait. Okay, the first one, the first ad company. Um, they also seem to hire people of the same ethnicity. And Balenciaga. I mean, that sounds Italian. I could be wrong, but it has a Latin flair to it. And the company I worked for, many of the people in that department were of that background, Italian. The yeah, the I worked in the financial part, and the heads up, the manager and the supervisor were both Italians. People that worked in there, a lot of them were Catholic. Um, the art director, it's really something. The art director was also Italian. Yeah, and they bring in, they get people, you know, from similar backgrounds. So that's how it seems to work in New York City. So whatever what you are, when you get in it, you're going to find people of that similar background working there. I felt uncomfortable working there. I didn't feel I fit. It for me was a culture shock. Yeah, I was coming from the Caribbean. I had an opportunity to work there for a couple of years, and when I came back, um, it's a total different environment, and I just didn't feel comfortable. And I didn't feel I had any chance to really move up in that company. And I said, hey, let me take the initiative. I'm interested in art. Yeah, this was the early mid 1990s. and I landed a, a really, I thought it was going to be a real fabulous job in a large advertising agency. Honey, I didn't survive. I lasted just a couple of months. I kid you not. I felt I was feeling physically sick going to work. I was in the, finance, the money, the Treasury Department, the money. And I worked as an administrative assistant. And on the side, I went to school. I was going to art school. My plan was, work in advertising. Uh, I'm interested in the creative aspect of it. I'm not interested in finance. Hey, maybe I can get into the creative aspect. So I had started art school with the first job, and then I got into the second one, and I was taking class, still taking classes. Um, if you have to fit in this, yeah, that second job was out of the pot into the fire, honey. But yeah, but with that, the same thing. You you you're meeting similar types of people, and you're trying to raise money, you know, from the bankers so they can finance you to do these ads, and they get the same type of people run it. They do the ads. They were from coincidentally from Italy. Everything has to be approved. And interesting with the TV thing that I worked for in the 1980s, late 80s. No, it was 1990 to be exact. Yeah, I think no, yeah. 1989, 1990, I think it was. Um, chil- Children are being groomed. Everything you see, it's really something that with Balenciaga, it involves children doing weird stuff, weird stuff. And the person that did the ad has either was Balenciaga or the person that did the work for Balenciaga, the ad, had that weird book that involved children and just weird bondage stuff, panda face, the black eyes, um, it's sickening. And then someone was making mention about human trafficking. Yet if things seem to be tying in together, overlapping, and I'm starting to wonder what is really going on. Remember a couple of years ago with the pizza thing? Can't really say it here. You remember a couple of years ago, and all of a sudden got squashed that investigation, and now you have Ye um, getting involved with getting to more arguments. Yeah, I think I don't know. I just think like is he under mind control? Ye or Kanye? Just very bizarre. What is going on? What now? Why would you go to somebody's house? That number 45's house, and not say who you're bringing. Now, um, you don't have to like number 45, okay? You don't have to like them. But suppose somebody, hey, you've met them before, okay? He met Ye before, and maybe even then, maybe he had his entourage, and everything seemed okay, right? So you just going to, okay, you want to come and see me, okay, um, and then you bring these people. You notice that the media never questioned where did Ye meet that guy, that alleged, you know, um, neo-Nazi type of character. Had brought three people with him. Where now, and the guy doesn't like black people either. He said, well, I should say that he did. He had a channel. I can't remember his name, but he has a channel, some social media, and I listened. When they talked about this guy, this new guy, um, I took a look on his channel to find out who is he. I never heard of him before, and very questionable. The things he say is very disturbing. So why would Ye hook up with this fellow? How did they meet? Who introduced them to each other? Because I don't see how Ye could want to associate with a person like that. What do they have in common? And knowing someone like this and claiming that you want to run for office, political office, and you're associating with someone like this, and you're talking about a particular, the past 2, 3 weeks, you're talking about a particular ethnic group. You don't think that particular ethnic group in question are going to find out about the person that you're inviting to come along with you? I almost feel like it's a setup. I don't think he's right in the head. I think it's under some type of mind control. What common sense would you want to run for office? You're going to bring questionable people. I don't know whether you just met them, and then you're going to go to somebody's house and not tell them who these people are. I mean, you don't want to be rude, right? We've had guests in our home, and oh, can I bring somebody or a guest with me? You don't think you don't it's around the holidays. You don't want to say no when they come. Right? Yes. Maybe you should have asked, but again, you had this other person at your house before, and it wasn't a problem. You don't. It was nothing really that serious, right? So you trusted him enough, right? So I think it was a setup. I think Ye was used to set number 45 up. And now they want number 45s to apologize because someone came to your house that you didn't invite. Someone else brought him, it was a guest for somebody else. You want him to ask the other person to apologize. Jay brought the person over. Let him apologize. Really. See, now they want everybody, oh, I'm sorry. Come on. This is really getting out of hand. But I think it's a smoke screen. That's why I'm mentioning. I think this is all a smoke screen because something they don't want you to notice. So they're putting a lot of things out there to distract you. And the Balenciaga, why that one I can't really figure out. Why is it being leaked? That ad. Why would the company release an ad at this time of season? The holidays. I mean, not to make excuse because it's a holiday, it's a family holiday, Thanksgiving and Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, just to name a few that I know of. Why would you release something as ghoulish? Oh, yeah, we had what do you call it? We had Halloween not too long ago, a month ago, but still, it's just coming out now. what's going on? Well, I think that kind of ties in with, I mentioned just very briefly, human trafficking, human trafficking people. Um, how much do they know? How much does Ye and Kim know about that company? Okay, just because someone uh, works for somebody, or become a spokesperson, while wearing the fashion, doesn't mean you know the ins and out. But at the same time, people are tested. Just like I feel I was almost tested, like when I was in the advertising and when I worked in television, very briefly. I didn't fit in, and I think when you make that kind of money that Ye and Kim make, you are elevated to a different status, and it's like a club, right? Isn't it like a club when you're in the billionaires club? You get to go get invited to fashion shows, right? Who knows what else? Art shows. And you see how freaky these artists, these art directors are. They're weird. And a lot of these art directors are what I call supers. They love their alphabet soup. Many, many, many of them are. Not all of them, but many of them are. And you have to at least work with them. And they want to push the envelope. And in the children, they're children that are being smuggled in. Remember the pizza thing south of the border. And remember, um, it, the, they're making stories about the former, Obama. Number 45, but it started with Obama about the holding the families in these rooms with, some of the rooms just had the children in it. They were separating children from the parents. Well, when number 45 came in, I was told that they were doing DNA tests. Not everybody who has a kid with them are theirs. I'm going to repeat, just because you come across the border with a kid doesn't make that kid yours. And DNA tests were taken. And then they were requiring it. Remember, you have to have a mask. Now, if kids are being taken, how are you going to identify a kid when they have to wear that face mask? Right? So you start to wonder how deep this virus thing was all about. Was the virus thing also being used to smuggle children? And if you have to come across with a, a, a surgical mask on, how are you going to recognize the kid on camera? See, it's a network. I feel it's a network of chaos. Bringing in these kids, but using the smoke screen. Oh, you're being a racist. Oh, you're putting these, you're preventing families. Well, not everybody's family. And anybody could be smuggled south of the border. You could be any nationality. But they want to make it a racial thing because of people of color. Anybody could be smuggled in from any nation, any continent. See that? Where the smoke screen begins? They don't want you to question. They're smuggling kids. So someone was doing those ads with that Balenciaga, the book that was on the tape. The book, the person, the art. What is it? The person who created that ad had a book. Yeah, there was a book on that bondage and all this, kid stuff. Um, and the art was so-called, trying to pass as art, um, torturing children. This is sick. Oh, but it's artwork. It's art. No, these are sickos. Okay. Yeah, I have to also add, when I briefly was in the art, trying to get into the art world. Yeah, when I was in school, we had to go to Soho. Soho's a place in New York City, downtown, where all the art galleries are at, and the fashion stuff. Yes, we had to do a paper, a report. We had to go to any, I think two places and then write about it. So I went in this place in Soho, and they obscene obscenities. When it's something you you had it was a you had to look in a box or something, and you see this guy getting off, if you know what I mean, and doing something with the hole in the wall. Who's on the other end of that hole? I don't. And this was art. How dare they? Yeah, people. The people who can afford these type of clothes and art. You notice they seem to be sickos, perverts. I kid you not, people. What I saw, and I really reevaluated. Is this art? Is this what the art world is all about? The more eccentric, the more sexual perverted, the more money and prestige it is. I'm glad I left it. I lasted 2 semesters. Yeah, I'm glad things happen for a reason, people. See, if you don't fit, I'm on a spiritual quest about life. And I don't fully understand it, but you know, things are more than what we see and know. And I think this perverted stuff is what, David Icke talked about, the researcher, that there are beings out there that feed off of negative energies. And the leaders of countries, and people in the black community are being seduced into this perversion. Look how weird they're going. Even the black community, well, we were very conservative. We black folk was very conservative, but now the closer we get to these weirdos, so you want to be accepted, right? You wanted to be accepted by them, and then it was too late to get out. So now it's like they're showcasing all these black performers in the music, the art world, the sports world. It's all one now, and it seems like they're being forced to behave certain ways to fit in. They're being invited to these freaky parties. People, you better get out. Get out while you can. Yeah, it sucks you in. And in the end, what do you have? Nothing. And they may even try to do something to your child. Let's get your child in the art world. I saw a video just yesterday. Madonna, the singer Madonna, has adopted about 4 kids, 4 African children. She has 2 of her biological kids. And her first kid, known as Lola, is getting into the music industry. And it looked weird, people. Weird. Freaky. Like mother, like daughter, right? People, What, there's a lot of these performers, they don't talk about these companies like Balenciaga and the the bonnet, the harming kids, what it looked like was harming those kids in those photos. Why don't you notice you don't ever see them talk about it or outing them because they're in it. I'm wondering. I mean, with Ye and Kim, I who knows what they know or how much they know. But I guess in everything I'm saying, a bird and a feather oftentimes flock together. You will be tested. You will be. You're going to see things. And they might present it like a joke and see how you react. But again, I don't know. It's just speculation on my part. But I question. I do question. And the fact that they know now, at least Kim now knows, and she made a statement. Is she going to pull ties from the company? I think it'd be smart for her to, and it's interesting. Why did the media release this then? See, by association. See, if you get them involved in child stuff, pornography or whatever, or human trafficking, and if wants to run for office by association, because the wife models for it, right? So what's it gonna be? It could be just an entrapment, and then again with Ye, yeah. So they're getting you on both ends. The wives are modeling Balenciaga. I can't pronounce it right. We're modeling their clothes, and then Ye visiting number 45 with questionable characters. This is a clown show, a real clown show. And the American public doesn't need this. We don't need this. It is very, very sad. People, keep your little children near you. Please keep your children near you. Get back to humanity. Don't get into this perverted world. There's a price to pay for all this, and I'm glad that I'm not in the television industry anymore. I'm not in the advertisement business anymore. They're all puke. And yes, you are tested by what you see. Get out as fast as you can. Yeah. I hope you enjoyed this live stream. Upload. Um, be safe, people. Not everything that is uh, golden is gold. There are a lot of counterfeits and a lot of fake people out there. A lot of fake people who pull you down with them, and then it's too late. Be careful and be selective who you marry, who you sleep with, because that can be a trap also. A trap. I think Ye was entrapped with that, who he used to be married to. Uh, Conveniently having children, then you can use the children over your head to manipulate you. Okay? Yeah, people are sneaky these days. People, be careful. Men, be careful who you sleep with. Women, be careful who you sleep with also. These are troubled times. So I thank you for listening. Take care, guys. Bye bye.